Hello, my friend. Welcome back. I'm happy to see you here. Today we study reading strategies. But before we start, let's stretch. Please stretch. Open your chest. Stretch your arms. Stretch your hand and your fingers. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, follow me. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, open and close your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, follow me. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, let's push our arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's continue. Reading strategies. We have two main principal strategies when we talk about reading. Skimming and scanning. Today we talk about skimming. Skimming is speed reading. When you read the general idea of the text. Okay? Are you prepared? I hope you were always fine. I hope you were always prepared. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's talk about speed reading. In the past, reading was from left to right, and it was only words. You had to read word by word and understand the text. Nowadays, we still have these kinds of texts, but we also have images, videos, and other situations when you read the general idea, when you have to understand general aspects of that text. Let's start watching one image, just the image, and I'd like you to read the image. Okay? Read the image. I'm gonna display the image here, and we're going to see this image together. Let's see an image. Okay. What do you see here? Please grab pen and paper and write down, what do you see here? How do you read this image here? Okay. Write down. You can write in English and you can write in Portuguese. No problem. It's important to participate, to practice. The more you participate, the more opportunities you have. Okay? Now, let's see other situations to read the main idea, to read the principal idea. Let's see. I brought some books here. This book here. When you read this book here, público. Speaking, speak. Public speaking. Success. You imagine the word in Portuguese that is similar to this. Success, public. Let's see another example. This one, open leadership. I don't know. Social, technology, transform. Okay, so when you identify these words, you imagine social, technology, transformation. Okay. All right. Now let's see another example. This. The 5 essential people skills. People, I don't remember, skills I don't remember, but 5 essential. Opa! 5 essential. Something, algo, I don't know what. But I can show you something related to this book. Let me get my cell phone. Excuse me. Come here with me. See this. Hello, my friend. How are you feeling today? So good to see you here. Let's keep studying this book here. Dale Carnegie, The 5 Essential People Skills. All right, when I pause the video here, I am doing this movement here. How do you read? How do you understand this attitude? You understand as something is flying, a noise, something over my head, because I am talking to you and I do this. You identify this attitude here, this movement is, I'm looking up. There is something above my head, right? Now let's return to the beginning of the video. Here, let's see this image. I am doing this in the photo, and there is one word here, be specific. Opa, specific. I understand this word. I see here the cover of the book, so this is the cover, and I see here 16. Maybe this is the sequence. I am analyzing general aspects of what I'm seeing. This is the speed reading or skimming. Let's see another example. Let's see if I have another example here. Another book. John Maxwell Revised and Updated 10th Anniversary Edition. Opa! 10th Anniversary Edition. Okay, celebration of 10 years. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I just understand the 21. Probably one sequence, probably one list. In this case, as 21 leis irrefutáveis, incontestáveis da liderança. Let's see if I have something here on my cell phone to show you this in motion. Yes, I have it. The law of respect. Respect? Today, the law of respect. People naturally follow leaders stronger than themselves. But The question is, how do you gain respect? First, by respecting others. When I watched this video here, my impression is, well, probably he is at a farm, he's driving a truck, a tractor. The tractor is red. He's talking about one list. The list, the laws, 21 laws. The law of respect. Lei do respeito. Nice. And then you get the information, general information. You analyze pictures, you analyze colors, you analyze the places, you analyze cognates, words that are similar in English and in Portuguese. Okay? So remember, when you are skimming, you're getting the general ideas of the text. This is called speed reading. Let's see how we do it without images, without videos. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's see here without images, without videos, with pure text, how you do the speed reading. How do you read with velocity, with speed? Or how do you skim text? Let me write here. Speed. Speed means velocity. Speed reading. Professor Felipe Gibi. Okay. All right. I was telling you to see a text and try to get information from it. So let me put one example here. Let's suppose you open a website, you open a social media, you open a text, a book, and it's like this. You open a book. You have the word here. Introduction. What is this? This is the introduction, the start, the beginning of the book. All right, let's continue. And then you start to read. Well, let me open more space here. Imagine a page here, okay? All right. Introduction. Opa! This is the start of the text. The population of the world is increasing. In 1900, there were 6.5 billion people. Now we're 7 billion people in this planet. All right. This is the first paragraph you are going to analyze. Introduction. I open a book and it's written Introduction, and I read the start of it. The population of the world is increasing. In 1900, there were 6.5 billion people. Now we are 7 billion people in this planet. Let's just spot the words we know, the words that are familiar, that are similar, that we can understand. Population. Population of the world. World means, you know that my artistic abilities are terrible, but this is the world, the planet. The population of the world is increasing. This word here is strange, increasing, but it means aumentando. The population of the world is increasing. In 1900, this is the same. In 1900, there were 6.5 billion people. Okay. Now, agora, we are 7 billion people in this planet. With these underlined words, you understand the paragraph. I need to understand the topic of this text. I'm going to analyze population, world, 1900, 6.5 billion. Now, 7 billion. I understand. So this paragraph is telling me, when I summarize the paragraph, I understand that in 1900, there were 6.5 billion people. Now, 7 billion people. This is the scheme. I'm just taking the most important information to understand the general idea of the text. Let's see another example. Please, pen, paper, pause the video. Write down your examples. Write your answers. Copy the content. Pen and paper, always. During our classes, you are watching me through video and you are making your notes. You are writing the content. Okay? This is essential. Speed reading. We are talking about skimming. You were taking the general idea of the text. Now, let's suppose you see a text like this. Pets are phenomenal. What is this text gonna talk about? By the title, this is the title of the text. By the title, you understand that the text is about pets. What are pets? Dogs, cats, often dogs and cats, sometimes fish, and that's it. But generally, pets are dogs and cats. They are phenomenal. Okay, what are synonyms for phenomenal? Incredible, spectacular, amazing, incredible, fantastic, Wonderful. Pets are phenomenal. Okay, now I'm gonna write the first paragraph of this text. Okay? Let me erase this and I write the first paragraph. I just love dogs. They protect us and they make us happier when we arrive home. They run to meet us, to hug us, to lick us. I just can't understand how some people don't like them. I mean, how come? All right, when you read this first paragraph, this is the title, this is the first paragraph. Pets are phenomenal. I just love dogs. They protect us and they make us happier. When we arrive home, they run to meet us, to hug us, to lick us. I just can't understand how some people don't like them. I mean, how come? Now, let's take the words that are familiar. Please copy this paragraph on your notebook. When you were writing, you were exercising different parts of your brain, okay? Pause the video, read, speak, listen to your voice speaking English, okay? All right. Pets are phenomenal. I just love dogs. They protect us and they make us happier. Okay. Let's mark the words that are familiar. Love dogs. Protect. Make us happier. Happier. When we arrive home, they run to meet us, to hug us, to lick us. I just can't understand how some people don't like them. I mean, how come? This part of the text is also important because here we have the contrast of the initial idea. When you see this paragraph here, I just love dogs. This means that the writer loves dogs. The writer thinks dogs are positive. This title here shows you that the writer admires dogs. The idea of this text is dogs are good. Okay? All right, here we go. We have talked about how to read images, how to read videos, how to read some texts. And now, let me take this book here and open one page of this book here. Option B, facing adversity, building resilience, and finding joy. This book here shares the story of Sheryl Sandberg. This lady here works for Facebook, a social network. And Sheryl was traveling with her family, and they were at a hotel. It was Sheryl, her husband, and their kids. And her husband said, well, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to exercise. She said, okay. He went to the gym, and after some hours, she decided to go there. She thought, where is my husband? She went to the gym, and unfortunately, her husband had passed away. Imagine the situation. Terrible. Trauma. Complicated. And then life goes on, and she wrote this book here, Option B. I bought this book in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, 2 years ago. When I saw this book, Option B, I checked this red balloon pulling up this concrete block. It's abstract because we know that the weight of the balloon is lower than the weight of a concrete block. But option B, facing adversity, building resilience, and finding joy. From the cover of this book, I understand that option B is another possibility. Option A didn't work. So I'm going on option B, another possibility. And facing adversity, it means that we have to face adversity. We have to face the hard things of our lives. Building resilience, constructing power, constructing resistance, constructing perseverance, building resilience, and finding joy, finding happiness, finding pleasure, finding something good in our lives. Nice, interesting book. All right, I started to read, and I'm going to read the first paragraph to you. Check here. Introduction. Can you see? Pode ver aqui? Little. Okay, no problem. You're going to put this on screen, okay? Introduction. The last thing I ever said to him was, I'm falling asleep. I met Dave Goldberg in the summer of 1996 when I moved to Los Angeles, and a mutual friend invited us both to dinner and a movie. When the film began, I promptly fell asleep, resting my head on Dave's shoulder. Dave liked to tell people that he thought that I meant I was into him, until he later learned that, as he put it, Sheryl would fall asleep anywhere and on anyone. She starts her book talking about the moment when she met her husband, and she was falling asleep on his shoulders. This is the beginning of the book. So, how do we see the general aspects of this book? First, by the cover. you analyze the cover. Option B, this is the title, okay? Option B, one alternative, another exit. Okay, then you read the image. I'm carrying something heavy with my light weight. This is how I understand this illustration here. And then you read the 3 things she's going to explain. She's going to talk about adversity, she's going to talk about resilience, and she's going to talk about joy. All right, I want to dive a little bit deeper. Okay, no problem. I flip the pages, and I read the introduction. The first paragraph, she explained how she met her husband. What I'm trying to show you here is that by the first lines, you get the general idea. Your speed reading will be very focused on the first words, title and introduction. Okay, what about the other paragraphs? They will present details. And when we talk about details, we do scanning. This is another reading strategy. Today, we're talking about skimming, speed reading. Check the text and understand what the text presents. And this is a nice strategy when you're reading a magazine. When you're reading a magazine, you don't want to read all the pages, all the lines. You check the headline and you decide if you read it or not. By the headline, by the image, by the first paragraph, you decide if you're going to keep reading that. We've talked about introductions, titles, and the first paragraphs. Where else can you find general ideas? In the conclusions, my friend. Let's see one example here. Remember the first text I was presenting you? Pets are phenomenal. Remember? Pets are phenomenal. And if I'm not wrong, the first sentence of this text was, I love dogs. From what I remember, this was the title. This was the first paragraph. I love dogs. They're funny. They make us happier when we arrive home. They run to meet us, to hug us, to lick us. I just can't understand how people don't like dogs. I mean, how come? This was this was the first paragraph. Then we have to follow the text. And then we have the development of this text. Probably one more, 2 more, 3 more paragraphs, and then we have the conclusion. Where is the conclusion, my friend? Where is the conclusion? The conclusion is in the last paragraph. Can I get the main idea from the last paragraph too? Yes, you can. When do I need to get the last paragraph? When you don't understand the first paragraph. When you see the titles and they don't give the information you want. Sometimes you see the title, for example. You see a title like this. Awkward situations. Situations. Okay, situations. Okay, and this word here, what does it mean? I don't know. So in this case, the title is not the solution. And then I said, situations, blah, 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 but you don't understand. So go to the conclusion. Let's see if in the conclusion you find your answer. In this case, awkward means strange, weird. If you recognize this word, excellent. But if you don't, no problem. Just go to the first paragraph. If you don't get the general information in the first paragraph, man, if from the title and from the first paragraph you haven't gotten the topic, you haven't understood, don't read the paragraphs in the middle. Nah, go straight ahead to the conclusion and try to find something here. Conclusion, the last paragraph. This is another place where you can find the general ideas. Okay? I'm going to write the conclusion of this text here, and I'd like you to pause the video and see the main idea of this text. Here we go. The title is Pets Are Phenomenal. Now remember, here you have first paragraph, and then you have the development of this text, and here we have the conclusion or the last paragraph. Okay, this is the conclusion. I have 2 dogs. My best friend doesn't have pets because she's allergic. Pets are not for everyone, but they're awesome. This is the conclusion of the text with this title here, Pets Are Phenomenal. Do you remember that in the first paragraph, she wrote, some people don't like pets. I mean, how come? Here in the conclusion we have the answer. I have 2 dogs. My best friend doesn't have pets because she is allergic. This is the answer for her question. How come? How come people don't like dogs? She is allergic. This is the answer. So, if you ask me, where do I find the general idea? Where can I skim? How can I read faster? How can I identify the general idea? Title and introduction. Okay, if the introduction asks something, how can I have the answer? Conclusion. The conclusion has the answer. Do you remember the first image we saw? This was the image. And when I see this image, I think to myself, 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Here we are. Let's do skimming and scanning in this situation here. Skimming, general ideas. Where are we? In the middle of nature. It's during the day. It's sunny. These are general aspects. Now let's do scanning with this image here. There is a tree on my right side. There is another tree on my left side. The sun is between these trees. I'm sat on a wooden bench. There are some books next to me. What is written here? There is grass on the floor. There are some mosquitoes in front of me. These are details. When we analyze details, we're doing the scanning. 3, 2, 1. Yes! And let's talk about one very common mistake when we read texts. Between English and Portuguese, we have cognates, words that are similar, right? Remember this. Real, real. International, internacional. Natural, natural. Respect, respeito. Specific, específico. Okay, nice. The problem is, sometimes we find false cognates, words that are similar but are not the same. The 3 most common mistakes. Pretend. Pretend means fingir. Pretend is not pretender. Pretend is fingir. Intend. Intend is not entender. Intend is pretender. I intend to travel. Eu pretendo viajar. I intend to be fluent. Eu pretendo ser fluente. And data or data. This word means informação. Data is not data, no sentido de dia. Data is informação, information. Remember these 3 cognates. Pretend, fingir. Intend, pretender. And data, informação. Okay? These 3 are false cognates. Now, let's wrap it up. The summary of this class. We just studied speed reading, skimming, how to see a text or a photo or a video, to see and get the general aspects. When you read a text, I would like you to analyze, is there a picture? Is there a paragraph? Is there a word on the headline that I can understand? Remember, speed reading is getting the main idea of the text. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm Felipe Gibi. See you next class.